Hey, this is Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia Murder here, and you're listening to the EVERBLACK Podcast.
Hey, humans, Skull, this is Odorous from Guam.
I'm going to Bell Fear Factory.
This is George Corsh Under Fisher.
This is Jazz from Double Drop.
This is Wade from Our Last Enemy.
Mike Nick from Suicidal Tendencies.
Hey, this is Wednesday 13.
This is Bruce.
This is Rex from Kill Devil Hill.
This is Gary Bree from Sepultura. You're listening to EVERBLACK Podcast.
All right, before we go into this episode, we just need to give a shout out to our show supporters, the brutal occult clothing brand Electric Witch, who have amazing apparel from shirts to hoodies to hats to beanies and more. Check out their full range at electricwitch.com.au and put in the code EVERBLACK for 20% off your order. Also, don't forget to subscribe, rate and review the EVERBLACK podcast through Spotify, iTunes, YouTube and Facebook, and check out all our articles at everblackmedia.com. All right, on with the show. Dean, Kyle, how are you, boys?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. So, what's happening on this brutal Sunday night?
Just kicking back at the moment, man. Just, taking things easy.
Yeah, sweet.
Watching
Well,
some anime.
what's that?
Just watching some One Piece.
Oh, yeah. Where are you up to?
Only episode like 20 at the moment, so I've got a long way to go.
Another 4 years at least.
Yeah.
Goes on and on and on and on, doesn't it? Yeah. The new Babirusa album, Humanoid, comes out on August 28. I've heard it, and it's insanely epic, and it's brutal. It's quite complex in regards to the concept and story of the character 343. What was the starting off point for the concept?
Well, it pretty much all started at Desolation System. So Reese and I wrote that, and that was the first single we released. And the whole concept, I guess, expanded off that idea and the technological kind of concept that we had surrounding Desolation System. So it all stemmed from the single that we first dropped.
That's awesome. And of course, I mean, what was the... how did you guys grow the story between you and Reese? Did you sit down together and write it all out and brainstorm, text back and forth? How'd that come about?
Yeah, pretty much, man. So like whenever we could, we'd get together and write the lyrics and do it in a Google Doc. So he'd have his laptop and I'd be on like another computer, and we'd just be logged into the same Google Doc, and we'd like color code everything and have like a little key for like every, technique and like who's doing what, and it's bold and like colored and underlined, and like, yeah, it's just like a big Google Doc that we just both get in and just brainstorm off each other and go ham in.
I was super impressed that I got that Word doc that had it all mapped out. Like you haven't just gone, yeah, this is the story. It is like you've really put a lot of time into it. It's great.
Yeah, definitely a few months into that.
Definitely. Also like the use of samples to help tell that story too. Who narrates those?
So that was all taken from The Ghost in the Shell, the anime.
Ah, true. So yeah, I'm a bit, yeah, cool.
Yeah, Reese liked that one. That was like influenced, I think, a lot of the writing from him, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely get that vibe. And what about the album cover? That's awesome.
So that was, that's definitely each, I guess, piece of artwork that we had done. The Desolation System was, a close-up of the cybernetic world that the character is pulled into. And then you get Abomination, which was the second single, and that kind of zooms out to show more of the character's position in the story and in that song, where it is in the track and everything, in the album, I mean. And then Humanoid is just pretty much just a complete hectic, massive flip on the whole thing. Shows everything kind of in one, what's going on, shows the like a face of the artificial intelligence and stuff. It kind of shows, it gives it a persona almost.
Is that the big toothy
Yeah, yeah.
creature in the back?
The
Like the overruler.
yeah,
Is that what it's called?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's cool. That's real brutal. So when you heard about the concept, Dean, back there, what do you think?
Oh, it's insane. It's confusing, but I love it. And it kind of goes from our name, like the way we found Babirusa, because it's an animal, a pig of sort. The way we found that is its tusks grow and impale into its head. Or it can. They don't necessarily always do it. And we kind of like took that as a reflection on life and humans in the way that we're destroying ourselves, and it kind of relates to the technological thing. So it's real cool.
It's brutal. I didn't know that they were actually real animals.
Yeah.
Like the girls like
so, Babi. So it's an Indonesian pig.
yeah.
And it's separated. So you got Babi, which stands for pig, and Rusa is deer. So it's pig deer.
Pig deer. Like, what was it? Man, bear, pig? And of course, the production is absolutely insane. You record that with Dan Field, and it was produced by Sean Delander at Sledgehammer Studios in Brisbane. This album, man, I've heard a lot of albums over the last 12 months, and this is probably one of the better sounding ones. It's so clear. Like everything really cuts through vocals, guitars, everything. The mix sits really nicely. I can't fault it. How's it working with those boys to get it to that point?
Awesome. Sean and Dan, we did Dan mixed Desolation System, our first single. So and he goes way back with a few of our members and in the scene and stuff. So we've always had that with him, and he's always been cool. And Dan was awesome because from the guitarist perspective, sitting with him, he kind of, knew what it was like being on our end. He was just awesome to work with. And sound-wise, we were blown away with what they came up with. As you said, clear and awesome that you noticed it.
Man, it's like every note just cuts through. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get through and it just sounds all muffled and you're like, but it just, And oh man, some of those riffs as well, like even little tapping bits and it's really well done. Really well done, boys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I didn't do any of the guitar work.
I'm so impressed. In regards to the concept, where do you want to take that? Like a graphic novel, or if Netflix came back their money truck up?
Yeah, we've pitched it to Netflix. Our series is coming out next week, actually.
You never know. They've got tons of money. So just putting it out there. Could be the first, death metal band that's got their own TV show. Hey, man.
It said that they'll pick anything up, hey. Lucky.
But really, seriously.
We would love to get animated videos done one day, or to really show it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, a lot more in-depth stuff to the technological side of it would be really cool, because it's a bit harder to do filming wise. It takes a lot more budget to get all the props and set everything up, rather than get something animated that could really accurately show what we envision, which would be really cool. Definitely.
I guess with the, you guys sound like you're right into anime and stuff like that, so that would kind of really go hand in hand, eh?
Yeah, it definitely stems from anime and playing games a lot, growing up with Legend of Zelda and stuff, and that style of artwork and all that.
I'm all about it. I love it. So have you put your feelers out for that? You know what I mean? Have you actually looked?
Not yet, but it would definitely be something that we venture down soon. Definitely.
That'd be killer.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Post-release material to look out for. Going to be doing a lot more video content for songs that haven't got content yet.
So is that, with everything going on with COVID, no one's really playing shows and touring and stuff like that. Has that given you more time to work on that stuff behind the scenes?
not really vision wise. Our end was more getting what you're seeing now really together, like Humanoid, all that stuff. The start of it kind of put a halt to that. Like a few of us losing jobs and money dropping down a bit, getting all that done. So it was, vision wise was more producing Humanoid and stuff, getting the artwork together. And we had an original idea for a video with Catatonia, and we had a studio booked where we were going to do that. And then the COVID stuff started happening, so we ended up filming that at our own homes. Kyle came around with his equipment, and
it came out awesome.
We went around to everyone's houses with my stuff and took pretty much the whole quarantine, go around everywhere, do all the shots, and then sat down on my computer for the rest of it and just edited it just day in, day out.
I'm really impressed. It came out awesome.
Thanks, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. And will you be covering more of the story in future releases? Like, have you got it all mapped out in chapters or, per album?
Not so much yet. Like, we haven't planned the future concepts yet. We're kind of writing the instrumental material as we go currently, just throwing that between each other, seeing how it goes. And then Reese and I will get together and see what we want to do lyrically and concept wise, I guess, a little bit closer, maybe like after the album drops.
That's it. And I mean, have you got shows? Anything booked at all?
We were hoping to, tour off the back of the album pretty much like straight away, but COVID's put a halt on that.
Yeah,
obviously, and it's kind of hard to get bookings at the moment, and not knowing really what the restrictions are stopping what. And I don't watch the news, so I'm horrible with it. I'm just seeing what's on Facebook, man. So
some bands are doing the odd show, you know what I mean? Like it's only 100 capped or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
And seating.
So it'd be definitely something that we are looking into very soon to get done. Yeah, definitely.
What about live streaming? Something like that. A lot of bands are doing that at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen that. I actually watched Suicide Silence's one and Dance Gavin Dance. They were pretty cool.
It was awesome, right?
Cool. Yeah. It'd be something definitely to look into.
Yeah.
I wonder if Brisbane, do you know any capabilities in Brisbane that, have any venues that have that kind of, not sure. Nice.
Yep. Yeah. There's one that's happening next week, man. It's Brute Stream. So
awesome.
It's at the Mansfield, and they've started doing that. So I'll send you guys the link after that. I think it'd be really cool, especially for this release. I think people are just going to lose their minds, which is excellent. So, and I was checking out your merch too. I do like the Mighty Oinkin Babirusa. Who came up with that?
That one comes from Tate, our other guitarist, and me. Like we've always loved Power Rangers heaps. Go way back with it, and just wanted to kind of make Babirusa characters stuff. And Power Rangers was the first one we're going for. So
we're hoping to do like a pop culture themed merch design for each member. So this was kind of like Tate's, pop culture design. Definitely looking into Zelda designs for my one. So
nice.
Zelda fans, hopefully look out for that one.
Which one's your jam? Which Zelda game?
I started in Ocarina.
Yep.
And then I went to Majora's Mask. And I think as I've grown up, I've started to appreciate Majora's Mask story a lot more, as it's like a darker, kind of more in-depth story. But Ocarina was definitely my jam, and the one that I probably spent the most time on, just wandering the plains, doing nothing, just walking around in Hyrule Field, just rolling around.
Like chickens and shit.
Yeah. just mauled by them.
Best game ever, hands down.
Oh, it is, man. It is.
But, I never finished Majora's. I hated that fucking moon. So.
Oh man, it's crazy. Yeah, you get sucked up in it and everything. You get Fierce Deity's mask in there and stuff. If you have every mask, it's insane. You reverse it and you just smash it.
Oh man! And what about you? What's your pop culture jam?
Horror more than anything.
Yeah.
The horror movies. If I was to get, I'd probably get like a Freddy Krueger one or something like that, I guess. Or
I'm all down for that, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Good old horror stuff.
Yeah, man. It's like it seems there's a lot of bands that incorporate that kind of thing now, and I love it. I'm
Yeah,
all
I
about
guess
it.
horror and metal kind of go
Yeah,
hand in
man.
hand.
It does.
Well,
That's it. I don't know if you can
Kills.
see my boy Bruce back
Oh,
here. Yeah,
Evil
very
Dead.
nice.
Dead.
Evil Dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all about it. So, what were you guys doing in the Brisbane scene before Babirusa? I mean, you guys have Babirusa's only been around for a little while, but you seem like you've been in and out playing bands and stuff, slogging it out for a long time to get to this point. What were you guys up to?
Well, I've only really been in one other band. That was around for about a year, just in Brisbane, just playing some local shows and did like a little weekender thing. I went up to Mackay, but nothing really big. This is really our first band, really, like that we've really that's kind of gotten to this point, especially.
Yeah, I've been working on this for ages. Some of the songs you hear in Humanoid are about 5-6 years old. Me and Tate, we started it. Well, tried to start this years ago. Just had a bit of on and offs all the way through, and took a while to get it going, and then got to where we are now. Got the members we are now. Kind of restructured some of the stuff we had and wrote some new songs together, and took off from there. So Babirusa is 100% my first band.
That's awesome, especially with the work that you guys have put into it. You can definitely tell that the passion's there, and you're all 100% into it, which you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone was like in a room, like putting these songs together. I had that whole vibe, like we were just all hanging out at Rangy and Dean's house pretty much the whole time, just like writing and demoing them, like recording vocals while everyone sits in the room and just hears Reese and I just like scream, and everyone's like holding their ears. So it was a really cool process, especially to just hang out, kind of do it that way, demo it all, and then take it to the studio to Dan and Sean and be able to do it so professionally and cleanly with them, which is really nice.
Did the songs change much from demo form to when you took it to those boys?
Some, yes. It depends which songs, really. Some, yes. Some a bit more just layers and little
Dynamic wise kind of stuff.
All that. Yeah, it's maybe 50-50, I guess, throughout a fair bit.
And how was it the first time you heard it and you got it back? Must be so pumped.
Amazing.
Yeah, definitely a good feeling. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Now to hear something that you've actually hear it finished after like over a year for me, and like 6 years for Dean.
So
crazy.
many different demo versions of those. There's probably, I think it's 4 songs off Humanoid. Yeah, 4 songs have been sitting around for a while. So there's probably 20 plus different demos of them that have just changed over those years. And
lots of different demo names too.
yeah, it's hard to remember which ones they actually are at this point.
Is there more songs that didn't make it to the record that are ready to roll for future releases and stuff like that, or B-sides?
Not really. There was a couple not fully pieced together ones that were around and are being worked on, but the songs that are there were the ones we're going for, really.
Yeah, there's material that we're working on now for the next stuff, but before now there was only the stuff we wrote for the album. Wrote some more songs to make it an album.
That's awesome. And I mean, what's next for you guys? I know it's hard to tell with everything's going on, but I mean, you got the album release and merch on the way, and you got the pre-orders for the merch up now. For those bundles look awesome. What's your plan?
Yeah, pretty much just growing online at the moment. Like that's all that we can really do at the moment. Grow online, push it all.
Hoping to get some shows sorted, really.
Yeah, definitely do that, and continue to write material for the next release and have that under our belt ready to go,
and hopefully get you guys to play down here on the coast, on the Goldie.
Definitely.
Play Finnies or Mo's. Be sick.
Run amok.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Have you guys got plans for like the release day? I mean, for you guys, you're going to have a few beers and celebrate together.
I think
Haven't
we'll get
even-
around to mine.
yeah.
We haven't planned anything.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. Eh?
We're pretty last minute when it comes to hangs and stuff.
Oh, you're
We'll
like,
come to the day and we'll be like, oh shit, album's coming out today, boys. You want to come hang? Like,
It's my birthday the next day, so yeah, I'll probably do
hey,
something that night.
what a way to
That's all.
celebrate. It's like, I
Yeah,
mean,
dude.
that's like for any band that, debuts like Christmas, man. Make it huge.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Christmas present, just buy my band's merch. Like,
Yeah.
birthday present, just buy my band's merch.
One. That's it. Yep. You just, the whole week leading up, release day, my birthday.
I don't want anything else. Just buy my
Yeah.
band's merch.
That's it, man. Absolutely. Get it and support it. Well, Humanoid comes out on August 28 and pre-orders now. I'll have all the links, as I say, down here. It's been awesome hanging with you boys. Thanks for, well, I don't know if you're having a beer. I'm having a beer. But cheers, boys.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers for having us, man.
Our water.
Take it easy.
Cheers, man.